Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome to Juniversal Month. Welcome to Jurassic Park. I should say welcome back to Juniversal Month. That's right. We're talking about Jurassic Park. Did you think I was gonna go through a month dedicated to paying tribute to Universal Pictures, and not talk about Jurassic Park? You fool! I'm flying by the seat of my pants at this. I don't have the TV out, so if I miss something, well, then shoot me upside the head. Take the side off of me. Both ears. Alright. Alright. So Park. This one is a childhood favorite. Grew up watching it. Came out in 1993, which I was 6. I'm old. 6 years old in 1993, and I'm turning 40 next year. Yeah. I'm feeling it. Do you feel the burn? No, I feel the nacho cheese. That's a line from Dragon Josh. Anyway. What can I say about Jurassic Park? Nothing. Review over. Bye. No, I'm kidding. This movie was big, and not just in the sense that it's a big movie, it has dinosaurs. It paved the way for technology, for the way that movies are made, for the way that CGI is used, as in they would never use it like this ever again. This movie is the best used. The CGI holds up. You can tell it's CGI, of course, but it holds up incredibly well over 30 years later. So that tells you I think it was Industrial Light and Magic that did it, and then the stuff in the second one is good too. But then as they go on, you're telling me Jurassic Park in 1993 looks better than Jurassic World in 2015? Or even Jurassic World Rebirth in 2025? How is it they were never able to make the dinosaurs look this convincing? Well, the main part is they decided to only use CGI after a while. That kind of happened. Here they use a mix of CGI and practical effects, animatronics, which makes it work. From what I remember, they were going to use Go Motion, and then that looked crap, so they decided to make them all like this, and it works much better, of course. And yeah, of course, it stars what's his name? Sam Neill is Dr. Alan Grant. I like saying it with an accent. Dr. Alan Grant, and hold on, I know her name. Laura Dern is Dr. Ellie Sattler, a biologist, a botanologist, a botanologist. I don't know. And of course, Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm. That's Caster. Yes, the nerd of all nerds, Richard Attenborough, the late Richard Attenborough, rest in peace, as John Hammond. Bless me, bedpace. His 2 grandchildren are played by Ariana Richards of Tremors fame. I just mentioned her in the last one. And Joseph Mazzello of everyone's favorite sequel, G.I. Joe Retaliation. He was also in Simon Birch. That's a sad movie. And he's been in other things, but yes. Yeah. This movie takes a while to get started, I realize. Because you start out, both of these scenes can be taken out. But the first scene is kind of important. It establishes how dangerous the raptors are. You have, what's his face? Bullock, the sniper guy. I forget his name. And they're trying to get a velociraptor. This literally makes no sense. They're trying to put it in. He said it's locked in. And then the velociraptor goes, boom, And the whole thing pushes back and it comes out tries to eat this dude. And I'm like, they said it was locked in. How was the Velociraptor able to do that? Then of course you get the shooter! Shooter! And that's our opening. And then we cut to Gennaro, the lawyer. Like, you can cut this scene. You don't need to see the lawyer arrive. You have Hammond explain to Grant and Sattler later, I got the lawyers on me. They insist we need people to come and make sure that it's safe. By the way, it is safe. Like the whole thing, oh, this is never safe. Hammond takes it out on himself. The downfall of Jurassic Park is the doings of a moron who turned off the wrong systems. I mean, that is systems he needed to turn off. Also, I came across the plot hole in this movie. Take the sight off of me. There's a plot hole in this movie. There is. We'll get to it. But no, Gennaro arrives, and this is just to have a talking that say that they want to bring Alan Grant in. Then we cut to Alan Grant on his dick. We didn't need that scene. It's just exposition scene. And you take that out, you're missing nothing. All it does is show that the lawyer is there. Good for him. Right? And then, so they are digging up these bones. Then they have this machine that goes down, and they say, pretty soon, you won't have to dig at all. And I'm like, the point of digging for dinosaur bones is not to just find them and study them. It's to put them in museums, yes? You find them, you study them, but you put them in the museums to show everybody a world that used to be. You can't just leave them in the dirt, man. That ain't right. Hammond shows up in one of the loudest helicopters ever and can teleport because it lands, and when the other two reach it, the guy's pointing at the thing. Are you telling me that a 65-year-old man who walks with a cane is able to get from the helicopter right after it lands and get into the camper that quickly? He violates their personal spaces by opening up a bottle of champagne to celebrate, and they don't want to go to this island with him until he does what everyone needs to do. Bribery, of course. Says, I will fund your digs for the next 3 years. Cha-ching! Woo! We'll do it. That was a DuckTales. Woo! Yeah. So they go to the island of Isla Nublar off the coast of Costa Rica, I believe is what they say. Right? And, yeah, they're brought into the facility. Landing in the helicopter. Right? And then we cut now again to Dennis Nedry, a character we don't know at this point, who is talking to Dodson. We got Dodson here. See, no one cares. Who is played by Cameron Thor, who, let's just say he's not allowed around children anymore. And Dennis Nedry, of course, played by the great Wayne Knight, is telling him, hey, I can get you the dinosaurs. I'm going to need about 18 minutes to do it, and I can get it to you on the docks. You just got to give me time. They do the, it's the shaving cream thing, right? And they're going to put the embryos in there because his company, I don't know if it's Biosyn at that point. It's not InGen, it's something else. It's not Biosyn at the time, it's a different company. But apparently they were a big rival in the books, and it just sort of pushed them away in this. The book was written by Michael Crichton, who wrote the script. Apparently there was quite a bit taken out of the book to put in them that they put in the movie. They took it out. By the way, Dr. Grant doesn't want kids, so of course, I feel the kids are kind of forced. Kids! The grandchildren are there, and I like how Ellie just looks at him and he's like, he doesn't like kids. And like, cause like he has that whole speech that he does to Whit Hertford, who everyone thought was gonna grow up to be Chris uh, Chris Pratt. I was gonna say Chris Pine, but I know it's not him. I want there to be a character. Don't announce it either. That's in one of these movies who's just doing stuff. Don't have to play by Whit Hertford. This is a different actor. It's like, I became a paleontologist because when I was a kid, Dr. Alan Grant scared the crap out of me with the Velociraptor thing. Everyone would go, oh, it's him. But no. Imagine if Jonathan Bailey was that character. He said he studied under Alan Grant. So, but he's British, so no. You know what I wanted to be? I wanted it to be that bad guy from the last one. I've been after dinosaurs ever since Dr. Alan Grant tried to attack me with a Velociraptor claw. Because I want it to be where Dr. Grant created a supervillain. My character needs to come back and needs to be the villain of one of these movies. All because Alan Grant was an asshole to this kid. So yeah, the kids. We go on the tour. They look at they found out that dinosaurs. Yeah, Mr. DNA. Hello, John. Oh, hello, John. He's talking to himself. They created dinosaurs. Is this? No. Because they see the one outside first, right? They see the brontosaurus or the whatever it is, the long neck, as they say, before time. And they see that, and then they go in, and they get the tour, and they find out they bred raptors. Oh, that's what he was talking about earlier, raptors. Apparently, raptors are more dangerous than the T-Rex. Well, that's proven wrong by the end of this movie, I'll tell you that much. I mean, raptors are dangerous, don't get me wrong, but you know they can't beat the T-Rex, the motherfucking T-Rex. So then they go back out and they're going to see the T-Rex, who he's not hungry. Dr. Grant's like, well, he doesn't want to eat. He doesn't want to eat. He wants to hunt. He's not going to... No. And then... I guess they didn't need Ellie to be in this part of the script, so they have him go off the beaten path to find a... There is no solution to this plot point. I just realized that watching it this time, there's no solution. They find a Triceratops who is sick. And Ellie decides she's going to try to help this because she's a botanist. She's a paleobotanist. I don't know. It's something they eat, but they never come to a conclusion of what it is. She's going to stay behind. She's going to dig through a pile of poop. That's one big pile of shit. Is he watching some of the later movies? Anyway, that's one big pile of shit. Like how she digs her out with these very arm-length gloves. She takes them off, and then he's like, you will wash your hands before you eat anything? And I'm like, why? I mean, I get it. Wash your hands, but it's like, she had those all the way up to her armpits. She's fine. I would still wash your hands, I guess, if you want to be sterile. But, like, I don't know. They never figure out what it is. She decides to stay behind. As you know, a tropical storm is coming. Is a coming. And then, Nidri. This fat ass. He sets up this thing. And again, he says, I need about... I'm going to go get something from Snack Machine, you know what's Snack Machine, you know? Oh, some non-essential systems are going to go off for about 15 to 18 minutes. Nothing, they should pop back on afterwards. They should pop back on afterwards. They should pop back on. And he leaves. And then the system shut down. And what it is most of the systems. So the systems to where the embryos are shut down. And then apparently he's got to shut down some of the fence systems because he's going to go through that way to get to the docks. There's no other way to get to the docks than go through the park, or did he say it was the quickest way to get to the docks is going through the park? I would have went the longer way and told him, hey, he's like, I wait 20 minutes, Maybe, who knows? By the way, you could, if you pay attention to this when he's talking to the guy who's supposed to be at some kind of camera view, you can see a little thing scrolling. It's a video. Why didn't they corrupt that out? No, Nedry's turned off essential systems. So they gotta figure out how to turn it back on. And I'm like, and I'm watching it this time, I go, just wait about 15 minutes, turn it back on. It never turns back on. You're like, well, they can't turn back on before. No, they don't. They do not. I guarantee you, by the time that Elliot gets everything turned back on, it's been more than 18 fucking minutes. They should have turned back on by then. Now I know, they turn everything off. But that's also after 18 minutes have passed. There's no way that in the time it takes from the point he says it's going to be 15 to 18 minutes to everything that happens, T-Rex attacking them, must go faster, all that is only 18 minutes. Under 18 minutes for them to turn everything off. Bullshit. Everything should have turned back on automatically like Nedry said it was going to. Anyway, Nedry dies, leaving the ambulance behind, never to be seen again. Yes, I know that they covered it in a video game. Yes, I know they covered it in a different way in a comic book. But as far as we know, in the canon movie universe that only counts in the movie, we've never seen that again. At all. Because I don't count the video games or the comic books canon. Like Power Rangers. Right? The Power Ranger comic books. Don't count them canon. Because they're like, oh, actually, you know, instead of actually doing good, Zach, Trini, and Jason, you know how they went to a summit thing to do good? No, secretly, they're actually being Power Rangers in space. What? No. That's what the comic books say. No. Because why would Zordon lie to the other Rangers? It wasn't even him to set up the summit. It was... Whatever. Anyway. And why would it be those three? Because in episodes leading up to this, the other three Rangers were the ones doing all the fucking work. So why would it be the three that's never around? Sorry. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, back to this. Nedry dies from the big Pompadourus, whatever his name is. I knew his name once upon a time ago, but I don't anymore. And then, it's not even a pompadour, it's just a thing. That one. Yeah. And Samuel Jackson, they shut off all the systems and they said they gotta go and reboot it. He said, it'll take me 3 minutes. First of all, you were saying it's gonna take you 3 minutes to get there and turn everything on. In a park infested with dinosaurs. It's going to take you 3 minutes. Bullshit. Everyone's been separated, by the way, because Ellie is separated from the others. She made her way back to the center of the park, while Grant and the kids, because Gennaro decided he had to go potty right then and there. Well, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go. He gets eaten by the T-Rex. And Malcolm ends up getting injured. Let's go faster. Well, he's been found by the others, but the other three are separated because of a magically appearing cliff. Yeah, all of the enclosures are flat until conveniently they need to be pushed over a cliff that's magically there out of nowhere. Conveniency for storytelling, I guess. And they come across a brontosaurus that sneezes in Lex's face. And I'm sorry, Tim is the most little brother I've ever seen. God bless you! Doesn't say nothing towards his sister. Just, God bless you! Little shit. Uh, by the way, I want to talk about Malcolm's chaos theory, alright? Like, anything can and will happen, right? Malcolm was right about this whole situation. Anything can and will happen. They say they bred the dinosaurs as women, female, so that, mating would happen. But then Grant finds raptor eggs and surmises that because they use frogs, some species of African frogs, West African frogs, can switch sexes when needed, apparently. So, yeah, that's what happened. Malcolm was right. Life, finds a way. And that's how he says it, too. He's like, life, finds a way. He emphasizes that, life, finds a way. Not like, finds a way. No, life, finds a way. That's how he says it. Life, finds a way. No, life, finds a way. That's how he says it. Yeah, he's right. Chaos theory. Like, you put drink. Like, I can demonstrate it right now. Let me demonstrate what Malcolm said. Okay. What's not falling at all? Okay, that's not a good. Hold on. That's not working. But I don't have enough. Do it this way. Sometime today, please. I missed my hand completely. So it ran down this way. Okay, no, we're not. No, it ran down these ways. See? Different direction, and I got nothing to wrap it up with. See, he's right. Anything that can happen will happen. There's variables in everything. That's chaos theory. Right? So, yeah. So I have to get a paper towel to wipe this up. He's absolutely right. So, while they're in there, they do bring up the lysine deficiency, which is something no other movie in this franchise remembered, or we wouldn't have a franchise. But the lysine deficiency is they created a sort of thing that the dinosaurs are dependent on. If they stopped giving them that, they would go into a coma and die. So in theory, after this film, all the dinosaurs on Isla Nublar should go into a coma and die. But this movie made money. So, lysine what now? Yeah, it's the one thing that's always forgetting about. I don't know if it's ever actually explained. I think maybe Malcolm brings it up at the beginning of the next one, but I don't know. I seem to remember a line like, what about the lysine deficiency? Which he wasn't there for that conversation. I mean, he was. He was getting patched up. But anyway, so she and Muldoon, that's the guy, go to turn on the thing. He gets taken out. Clever girl. And okay, this Samuel Jackson's been gone for a long time. I had a joke when they want him to go out there and turn it off, and I'm like, hell no, motherfucker. Haven't you ever seen any movie like this before? The black guy always dies first. Not always first, but you know what I mean. No. You think I'm going out there, you can go to hell. No, he does. She's there, she turns it on, and then an arm falls on her. She's like, oh, Mr. Arnold. I'm like, what? Where would you think he would come from? No, this raptor's, hello. Yeah, the raptors attack her. Because apparently there are more raptors in this park than the rest of them. Actually, there is, because the eggs. I just realized that. That's right, there is more. Yeah. They make it back just in time for her to turn on the thing and almost kill poor Timmy. I do like when Grant's going to put it on, he's like, and then Tim gets blasted off of it. Oh, Tim! Come on, Tim! Oh, Tim! Just how he says that. He's fine. He's fine. Electrocution, what's that? Is there a way that you'd be able to bring someone back from that with CPR? Because that's something. No, the kids get in there as Dr. Grant reunites with Ellie. And then you get the Jello wiggle, because you got the water moving earlier, and now it's Jello wiggle. And it's velociraptors. So why did it wiggle? I don't know. But raptors who could somehow open doors that using the handles. Yes, we get a scene where they're in there. I do laugh at the scene where he goes to tackle her, and it's like a reflection of her, and that's so fucking stupid, because they always do this in movies and TV shows where they go do something that's a reflection. A reflection would not be that clear that you would think it's normal, a normal person, especially in something that's made of metal like that. A mirror maybe, but it's a metal thing, and right into it. They lock one in a freezer, by the way. I didn't realize that. And then another one tries to get to them. They reach Dr. Grant. This scene frustrates me. They reach Dr. Grant and Sattler, right? And Ellie's trying to turn on everything, and Grant's got the door, but Ellie has to go help him hold up the door because he can't do it by himself. So Lex, that genius that she is, decides she's gonna try to turn on use the computers to turn everything on. Cool. So Tim should be helping them, right? No, Tim is, come on. There's a point where Grant's like, Ellie, can you reach the gun? She's trying to get it with her foot. I'm like, Tim can get it for you. No, I can't reach it without moving. Tim! Is it just, come on. I'm like, why doesn't he turn, it's not just why doesn't he turn around and have a gun? Why doesn't either of them say, Tim, get us the gun? Nope. And again, you could say, well, for plot's sake, but what would it do? Right? They get the door to lock, and everything's turned back on. They're able to call Hammond and say, hey, you can call your helicopter to come pick us up and get out of here. We're not done yet. They burst through the glass. Glass? Who gives a shit about glass? And they get out of there. Right? They escape through a climbing tunnel that leads to a scaffolding ladder that stops at the top of where the T-Rex bones are hanging. Why does it just stop there? Why do they have an air duct that goes to that? And how do did they just use that to go through there to do that? I'm guessing. I don't know. But the raptors show up, all three of them. But don't worry. Raptors are no problem because they are stopped by the motherfucking T-Rex. It's motherfucking T-Rex who destroys them and then lets out the yes, as the others get on the quietest fucking helicopter. Remember earlier I said how loud John's helicopter was? This one is so quiet you can hear them talk. Come on, get in. She's talking at normal. I'm like, how is she able to talk? Normally it's a helicopter, it would be loud. And then you have Hammond one last time checking everything out. And Grant's like, I do like when he gets into the car, he's like, what's his name? Mr. Hammond, after careful consideration, I decide not to endorse your theme park. So have I. And I do like earlier when he's like, I brought you guys on to have my side, and the only one on my side is the bloody lawyer. Is the bloodthirsty lawyer. I didn't like that. Yep, and they fly away, and him and sees all his work go bye-bye. And again, they just leave it, because eventually, that lysine deficiency is going to kill them all. Yep. That's what's going to happen. Yep. But this money made a bank, so nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. And I know there was a sequel book. And I bet they cared as much about lysine deficiency in that book as they did in the movies. But maybe they explain it in the book in the movies. I don't know. Maybe it's not even in the book. In the books. I mean, maybe it's not even in the books. I don't know. But yeah, it's a classic. As much as I've nitpicked, it's going to the moon. It has to. It's Jurassic fucking Park. All right, it still holds up today. It looks fantastic. I'm watching it on my phone, watching it over there. It looks great. Remember the first time I ever watched this in HD, I went, wow, that looks good. The first time I bought this Blu-ray and popped it in, I went, wow, that looks good. Mwah, beautiful in HD. Spielberg, E.T. was beautiful too. Spielberg has a way of restoring his movies in HD. It looks fantastic. Yes, it's the first time I mentioned Steven Spielberg directed this. You know that. You know that. So, what are your thoughts on Jurassic Park? Come so much, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and next time we're going back to Arnold Schwarzenegger. We'll leave it at that. Till then, we'll see you in the next one.